element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element, ooh, yeah. I'm in my element, flow is like water. I'm forced through the fire, I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth, following.
Jeff, what's up, man?
Going
We back.
on,
How you been, man?
All right, man. There's another
we at?
episode. We in LA right now.
LA.
Another city, beautiful mountains.
Message
Delivered.
We
Come
got
on,
another-
y'all.
What is this, episode like 8, 9?
Oh, this episode,
I think 8.
6, 7, 8. Yeah,
Yes, 8. It's 8.
But
It's 8.
guess what, though? Today's message is very important.
What is
You
it,
want me
Jay?
to
Tell him, baby. You always tell him.
Oh man, don't be afraid to
leave your city. Say it again, Jay.
Oh man, no.
Gotta tell
they
them.
gotta know. Don't be afraid to leave your city.
And make some pop.
You know what, y'all?
What?
I'm here in these beautiful mountains. I'm a person that grew up in a city life.
Okay.
So I'm not used to all
Where
of
you
this.
from? Tell them where you
Like,
from,
I'm
man.
from New Jersey.
That's right.
New Jersey,
Jersey,
the heart
stand up.
of the barrel
Yeah.
of the state, Jersey
That's
City.
right. Jersey City.
Jersey City in the
95.
So for me, we don't get to see all this. So, you know, for people like myself, I don't leave a lot. So, and I started getting into that. So I'm really, really proud of this message today because a lot of people are scared to leave their city.
Why is that?
Come
Jay,
on now,
let me
Coach.
ask. So
was you ever scared to leave your home?
at a certain, yeah, I'm not gonna. It's a weird thing. You know what it is? I think it happens when you don't travel a lot.
Okay.
And you stay in the same environment for so long, you get scared to branch out.
Right.
Because you don't know what's gonna happen. It's almost like monsters out there. You start to feel
Okay.
like you don't know who's out there. You don't know anybody in certain
Right.
cities, in certain towns, so you get nervous to leave.
Right.
It's a weird thing. But as soon as you go, it's kind of like not riding a bike, but you can say, oh no, come on, folks. This is our show. We do it every week.
outside,
yeah?
so y'all see
That's
a lot
right.
of people walking through.
Uh-huh.
They walking.
That's right, having a
enjoying
great
the mountain.
time, man. That's
yeah,
message
like you
delivered.
were saying, y'all, because
But,
it's
so-
true. I understand what you're saying. A lot of people don't get chances to travel.
Yep.
You know, and not coming up, I didn't get those opportunities to travel, but I made a career choice, and it started working for me where I started traveling more. So I just want you to tell the people a little bit more of what you're saying.
So it's like people feel as if there's monsters out there, right?
Right.
These fictional monsters
Right.
that exist, and really there's not. But when you don't leave your city, you get nervous to leave. It's a very weird
Right.
thing. It's like a baby that never goes outside, a kid that never rode a bike. Sometimes you just gotta take a chance and leave your city. You don't
Right.
know what lies to you. A lot of the times, most people leave because in their city there's not a lot going on.
Right.
And that's okay.
Right.
And then on the other hand, you have a lot of people that are scared to leave their city because they're not scared to branch out. It's just they're
Right.
so comfortable where they're from.
Right. Okay.
What's your take on that with
I mean,
leaving your city and that
The
kind of stuff?
thing is, with me, it's that I was always the type that thought that opportunity wasn't out there.
Yeah, okay,
Because we couldn't afford it growing up, you know? We couldn't afford to travel. A lot of my people that I grew up around, they never had a passport. Dudes never took that serious. But as I got older, dudes started taking it more serious. Like, hey, I'm gonna get my passport. I'm gonna travel a little bit more. Start seeing different places. See, when you start seeing different places, what I realized, y'all, is that your mind expands more.
Oh,
you
yeah,
start
that's
thinking
true. I'm
better.
not gonna lie, that's
yeah,
true.
And you helped me with that, a lot of that, you know, and I appreciate that because you like, Jeff, you have to get up, you have to go. Sometimes I'll be like, nah, you know what, I ain't stepping outside my comfort zone, but you showed me you have to step outside your comfort zone. Now, I'm gonna ask you, growing up, was it hard for you to step out your comfort zone and start traveling, or you just said, let me just go ahead and do it?
Yeah, I think for everyone when you first start, it's a little nerve-wracking because you don't know what's out there. You don't know what exists. But once you get, like I said, that's why I said once you get out there and you just start going, you start going. Like my man, I was running, you just start going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you just have to get out there, get your passport and try it. Nothing's gonna happen to you. You're not gonna get eaten up, stuff like that. There's a lot of stories and horror stories that exist in different countries and different states. But
Right.
everyone here that we have here are travelers. We're in Los Angeles, California now. We
Yes,
decided to
beautiful
travel.
Los
Jeff came to
Angeles.
Miami,
Right.
Florida with me.
Right.
We did a whole movie out there. So
Right.
it just takes getting used to it, accustomed to it. That's what it is. But yes, I was nervous, and I remember the first place I traveled to, I think was either out of the country, out of the United States, was Dominican Republic. I think that was the first place I went. Then later on, Nigeria and France, London, things of that nature. First place I ever went outside of my state was ATL. So stand up to Atlanta. That was the first. But I was nervous jumping on them
shout
planes,
out.
especially if you're going alone. So if you're nervous to travel outside your city, get maybe a friend or two, get a brother, a sister, or someone to travel with you if you don't want to go alone. But it's important, and we go out to get into the importance of even more the importance behind why it's. Why it's even to leave your city. You guys
and I can agree with that because when I first met you, right, and a lot of people don't know that, right?
Yeah.
I met you. We was in Pennsylvania, PA, right?
Yep.
Pittsburgh or Yeah.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
You met Jeff in Pittsburgh first.
It was a life changing for me.
Okay.
But if I would have turned down that opportunity, and I'm not going outside my city, and I'm not gonna go to Pittsburgh,
You and I
would have never met
Nash's
you, man.
Living never would have been created.
The reason why it's important to leave your city to me is because you'll meet different people.
That's true.
Some people that have the same ethnic background as you, that didn't grow up from the same things as you. So me leaving changed my life a lot, man, and I appreciate that. So we would have never met. We would have never been here. So a lot of people don't leave their city, so they don't get to meet their full purpose.
It's very true.
Their potential could be sitting out there.
Oh, I like that. And that's the whole point of leaving your city, is that opportunity lies sometimes not where you're from, but outside of where you're from. So you just have to be comfortable with it.
Right.
And you saw that when you came to Pittsburgh, because you were a PA first, right?
Exactly. I started off as a PA, and I got to know you. We was traveling every day. I'm like, man, this dude got me moving around, and after that, I grew because I started seeing different places, eating better, changing my lifestyle, and now look at me. I'm enjoying life in the beautiful Los Angeles, man.
There you go. So and that's what it's about. It's about sometimes not staying in your city, but going outside of it.
Right.
Because opportunity, I'm gonna say it again, sometimes doesn't lie where you're from. Opportunity can be outside of it. So sometimes the reason for all your failures is because you're around negative people that you grew up with. You're around a whole bunch of haters. You gotta get outside your city sometimes and leave, meet new friends, meet a new circle. Sometimes you gotta leave your past behind. Leave it behind and move. Sometimes you gotta move to pop. People don't understand that.
I agree with that.
So if you're losing in the same city, sometimes you gotta assess your environment. It's because you've been in the same place for so long. Get out. So that's what I would do, man. If you're having a bad time where you're from, it's not going well for several years, don't be afraid to search for a new place, maybe down south, maybe United States if you're from a different country, and do so. If you don't have the money, get a job. Try to make money. Sit down. The thing is, another reason people don't leave their city is because they don't plan to.
Okay.
They don't have a plan to. Just I can't leave because I don't got no money. Next year, yo, you gonna leave your city? You wanna go to a new city? You wanna travel? You wanna move? I can't leave because I don't got no money.
Right.
So, brother, you gonna die? You never gonna have money? What did you eat last night? How'd you eat that? You paid for it somehow.
And I can say this, right?
You know
a lot of times it's the way people spend their money too. Because if you could go pay for a pair of sneakers that's $200-$300, then you could take that same money, invest it into, traveling. I used to say that to myself to get myself to go, and I say, look, Jeff, stop buying expensive stuff that's not gonna mean that. Go experience the world. For me, Yaw, and it's like getting fly is good, but it holds you back. Because if you're working and you're only buying clothes and you're only showing it off in your city, you're never gonna grow, Yaw. You get what I'm saying? So I started changing. I said, you know what? I'm gonna slow down on buying clothes. I'm gonna start investing and leaving out my city. So I started traveling more. Me and my woman, we started going different places because we wasn't into that. So it took me time. For meeting you. Now from those years, it's been 5 years, I travel every day now. Every other week I'm in a different city. Every other week I'm probably in a different state, so I enjoy doing that. So if I could do it, I think everybody could do it. Now yourself, Yaw, I know you always got a story for us, man. Tell us a story, what happened with you out of state or out of the country, because I know you stay with a crazy story.
Yeah, I do stay with crazy stories. So basically, I was nervous to go to DR. Very nervous. I was scared. I remember this the first time a client took me there. She said, do you want to go? I was nervous, but eventually I wasn't afraid to leave my city. I tried it. And when I went to DR, the fear went away once I realized these people ain't so bad.
Right.
These people are just like me. And I'm not talking about the actual people that live in Dominican Republic. They're just like me as well, but I'm talking about the people that I was traveling with. I said, I shouldn't be scared. The people in Dominican Republic that, that inhabit the land and stuff like that, they're friendly, they're peaceful, they're just like me. There's nothing to be afraid of. The people that took me to travel to DR, just like me, there was nothing to be afraid of. So the fear goes away once you do. See, the way to defeat your fears is actually do what you're afraid of.
Right.
If you're afraid of heights, start climbing up mountains, start going to roller coasters. Once you do it in repetition, the fear fades away. I used to be scared to travel. Not really. That wasn't a big fear of mine, but that was in the beginning when I was scared of airplane. I never traveled alone. I don't know how the luggage works, the baggage, a whole bunch of stuff. But once I started doing it, I said, man, these people, it's the same.
Right.
And I met new people. I got new friends, and that led to other projects.
Right.
But if I never traveled, I would have declined. I never would have got there.
Right.
That's actually how I met my mentor, is going to certain locations that I was afraid to go. And I said, you know what? Eat the fear. Eat it up, just go into this location. She came up to me and said, hey, you blah, 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 whatever. I heard you speak on the mic, you do film. And it led to one thing, led to another. And then we ended up traveling all over the place. So all of us are out here now. The moral of the story is you just can't be afraid. But that's definitely a story.
And I want to add on that, because you said something about going to DR. You took me to DR, actually.
That's a fact.
I got a chance to go to DR. And when I got there, it was a different experience from what I was used to. Because I never got outside of my comfort zone. And if I didn't step out of my city, and like you said, you know, dudes sometimes scared to step out their city because they're scared of what's gonna come.
They don't know what's out there.
When I got out there, I was enjoying it. I enjoyed the whole
guy was
experience,
in the pool
man.
and everything, man.
It was
had a good time.
amazing. DR was beautiful, and because of you, when I went there, it changed my whole view about DR. Now I love going to DR.
So
I
you
love
was
the
nervous
people in
before?
DR. I was very nervous.
I didn't
because
know
I've never
that.
been in DR. Yeah, and it's crazy because I was like, man, I've never been to DR. And then my country is right next door.
Oh, that
you
is
get
true.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like going there changed my whole view on DR. And the people there was so beautiful. They treated us with kindness. Everybody was nice to us because we was from a foreign country because they wanted to go there. They look forward to traveling.
Very, very welcoming.
Right.
That's another thing. Don't be afraid. You'll notice that when you go to a new state, new town, people are very welcoming.
Right.
Don't be afraid. Except for New York. New York are very nasty people there. But
It's our city. The tri-state is different. Our approach
New York
are
is
rough.
full of nasty residents. But
We rough.
big attitudes, very nasty. But God bless New York. But my whole point is, don't be afraid to travel, man. Get out there.
The thing about not leaving your city and not being afraid, there's kids out there that don't have the opportunity. What about those kids? How you feel? Like, is it any way you could give them a message? Because I know we give out messages to everybody, but what about the kids that don't have no money, that don't have the opportunity like we did, and that didn't meet somebody like Yaw that I'm at? Because there's a lot of guys out there, they look at me like, Jeff, man, I'm happy. Your mentor, your friend, I see he's changing you, and he's taking you different places in life. So what about those people? What can we say to them so they could realize that it is somebody like Yaw, it is somebody like myself, and we are gonna come to help others. So what can we say to them to tell them that keep going because there will be somebody like yourself?
So, Jeff, what I would say to those kids is this.
Right.
This is what I would say to those kids. Whoever you are, if you're watching this, if you're a kid, you're impoverished. You don't got to be a kid. You could be a grown man, whatever. But Jeff specifically wants this answered towards kids, youth, right? If you don't have money, I was once you. Period. I was once you. Jeff was once you, and Jeff got out. You see, success leaves clues. People don't understand that. You want to be successful? Sometimes you don't got to start from scratch. Study the people that came before you. That's the whole point of history. The point of history is not to live in the past, but to study the past so that you don't repeat the same mistakes, or you emulate it so that you create the same success. I'll say it again. The point of history in the past is so that you can emulate it so that you can create the same success in your present day and future, or not to emulate it so you don't make the same mistakes. That's history. So now take this gentleman, for instance, Jeff. Jeff was able to leave his city. How? Jeff met me by not being afraid to chase a new career, which was film. When Jeff took film out, he ended up meeting another gentleman that introduced him to me. Later on, Jeff started traveling to different cities. Jeff is currently my business partner along with Eddie and other people. So that's how it starts. It starts with putting your fear aside. It starts with, let me find a way to try something new. Y'all want to leave your city? Another reason you're not leaving is because you've been doing the same activities for 10 years, 20 years. You wake up in the morning, you eat, you play ball, you chase girls. Some of y'all go to clubs, you drink. The routine is the same for the past 5-10 years, and that's why there's no growth. If you don't change, growth won't happen. In order for muscles to grow, they have to go through what? Stress. That's how muscles grow. It's the same thing with the human life. In order for the human life to grow, you have to apply pressure. You have to continue to work hard. You have to fight that mindset that tells you, I'm tired, I want to go to sleep. Once you beat that, watch the things that start happening to you, along with being respectful to people and things of that nature. But the whole point is, if you don't have money, you're broke, start with fixing and changing yourself before you change the city you're in. Some of y'all just want to jump to the success. Y'all don't want to do the process to be. Y'all just want to jump from city to city. I want the quick shoes, Stop for a second. Life is so simplistic. I always say it. It's the human beings on the earth that make it complex. Life is very simplistic. It is us that inhabit the earth that make it complex. Sit down, take a chill pill, relax, and assess everything. Say, okay, this is what I want to do. How do I get there? Here's another example. I know a guy that said, I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to make $1 million. You can't keep talking that $1 million talk and you have no plans on how to get there. If you don't know how to get $1 million and there's no plan, guess how much you're going to make by the end of the year? Nowhere near $1 million because you have no plan put together to get there. So my whole point is, if you want to change your city, start with changing yourself. Sit down, find out how you can get the funds, the money, and then you can get there.
Yeah, let me talk on women, for example, right? Having a woman is important, right? Because sometimes it takes a woman to motivate the man. You know, my lady, she was part of my changing process too, because she was always telling me, let's go this place, let's go to this place. But I was always like, nah, we ain't gotta do that. We could just go get some food from over here. Then when I started doing it with her, I realized how much we enjoy it, because women are very organized. They structure. So if you go somewhere with them, they 9 out of 10 times, it's gonna have a list of things to do. Sometimes men, we just go places. We be like, hey, let's just go here, and then not have no set schedule, not have nothing to do. But women always have something to do. And I know you a very family-orientated man. You have a family, so I know you and your lady all the time, y'all travel. Did that come from like a generational thing?
So that's a nice question. I like that. Is it a generational thing? So my mom didn't travel here and there when she was younger, but then stopped. You know, she stopped. But you know, like Eddie always says, traveling is generational, and he's right. Once you, it's not just traveling. The actions you take those actions spread out through the family tree. So that's why it's unfortunate. You have a lot of drug addicts in your family. They give birth to what?
Different kids that doing drugs?
That have an affinity towards drugs. Do you notice that?
No, I've noticed that.
When the mom and dad did drugs, they give birth, the kid has an affinity. That's what they used to call them crack babies. It's a very extreme example, but it's the same thing.
Right.
If I discipline myself and I start traveling and I take care of my business, my daughter can't be raised in a household that's going to be undisciplined.
Right.
Does it make sense?
I can say this, your daughter's traveling at this age.
Exactly. She started. There you go. So I started traveling for business. I brought my daughter. So your actions naturally are passed down to the people that are in your family, right? Your daughter and stuff. So that's where it becomes generational. So it's not just traveling. Eddie's built a beautiful point. It's very true. Any actions that you take now, that's why you got to discipline yourself if you want to break the family tree.
Right.
Sometimes in life, you're not going to be the one that's going to break that chains of poverty. It's going to be somebody else in your family. But if it's going to be you got to start with changing yourself first. So traveling and everything else is all in the mix.
Right.
You want to travel, you want to change your life, you want to make more money. If you do that, you're setting up your daughter for an easier life. Now she got money. You just got to teach them how to continue it.
Right.
And now she continued, then your great grandkids, and when you pass away, your family's still handling business. And that's the key, man. That's why you know the Rockefellers.
Right.
Right? That's why you know the Vanderbilts. These are powerful names in America that built the foundation of America, right? Apart from slavery and things of that nature. But these are people that started out different businesses and what's his name? What's my boy name? Forgot his name. But this is just founding fathers of America. That's how they remember it. Is they take actions, their family carries it. So that's what it's about, man. So don't be afraid to leave your city, man. Just get out there.
I feel like this was a great message, man, because people are afraid to leave their city, man.
But not no more.
Not no more.
Message been delivered.
Message been delivered.
That's
man.
right.
That's right. So we're going to go kick it right here.
And
keep walking up this mountain.
And we'll catch y'all later on, man.
Right,
Message been delivered. Make sure, but look, if you like this video and you really enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button, man, and share this video so other people can really use this and utilize this for help. So if you really enjoyed this video and found value in it, hit the thumbs up button and comment below because we want to hear from you. We want to hear the different places that you've been. Comment and let us know. Have you been to Haiti, Jeff's country? Have you been to Ghana, my country, St. Lucia? Have you been to certain places that our team is from? Dominican Republic. We have a very diverse team. Communicate with us, and who knows, maybe we could collaborate one day, man.
Even if you're out the country, travel to America.